Hello everyone. My name is Tsutomu Ogasawara from the Creative and Web Design Department in Rakuten. Welcome to the technology conference and welcome to our session. I'm very nervous, but I want to know how many people there are. So please raise your hand if you are front-end engineer or designer. Thank you. And back-end engineer. And non-engineer or non-designer? Thank you very much. Today, we would like to talk about HTML5 in Rakuten. In the last few years, HTML5 began to be barely used in many services. Of course, Rakuten is also introducing HTML5 technologies to our own services as a significant technology. Especially most of the smartphone site is written in HTML5. Today, we would like to introduce our cases of HTML5 and explain the inside of the technology conference site. Before that, please let me introduce myself. I am Tsutomu Ogasawara, a manager of the HTML5 project team. I joined Rakuten in July last year. Before Rakuten, I worked for a web service company as a UI UX designer and technical director, and worked for an electronics company as a UI designer and software engineer. I was engineer. So next, I would like to introduce our HTML5 project team. There are so many services and businesses in Rakuten, such as Rakuten Ichiba, bank, travel, insurance, card, and so on. They are operated by individual organizations. We usually say it business unit. And there are some horizontal organizations, mainly the development unit and the creative and web design department. We call the development unit DU. DU is responsible for the overall development from infrastructure to smartphone app development. And the creative and web design department, we call CWD, is responsible for various areas, such as visual design, UX design, web analytics, SEO, web performance, and so on. The HTML5 project team was established in CWD last year. We are working on various activities, collaborating with so many teams like this. Our missions are R&D, research latest technologies and develop prototypes, evangelization, publish the implementation guide, and propose our ideas for improvement to business units, and make presentations at meetings to share our knowledge. And support. We help business units to develop websites, and we provide technical advice on HTML5 features. Through these activities, we improve quality, performance, and productivity of Rakuten services. As a result, we would like to provide good user experience to customers in the world. Okay, let's move on to HTML5 topics. First, Jose is going to talk about HTML5 evangelization in Rakuten. Next is Mon. Mon will talk about Rakuten Gateway application. Next, Ryan. Ryan will talk about web storage technique. Then, Marty introduced the inside of the technology conference site. And I'll talk about the tools and development flow of the conference site. Okay, Jose, let's take it away. Take it away.
Good afternoon. Okay, so I will start talking a little bit about myself. So my name is Jose Manuel Segura Alvarez. As you can see, it's a little bit too long name, so I shortened it up like this. Jose Segura. I work as an HTML5 evangelist in Rakuten. Before, I've been doing a little bit of everything, like mobile websites for dumb and smartphones, desktop sites, native smartphone apps, SEO, server administration. So if you have any questions to me after I finish my presentation, please drop me an email to this address here. So I will start talking about HTML5 cases in Rakuten. So of course, the situation of HTML5 services in Rakuten is improving in the last months, especially on mobile devices. So let's see some cases. Of course, the first one is the Technology Conference 2013 site. I guess all of you have seen this site, right? It's a very cool website. So in this website, we're using media queries to achieve responsive design, SVG, Canvas, CSS animation, web storage. In Rakuten Recipe website, we are using JavaScript to design this menu. You can pull it off from the lower side of the screen and you can register recipes you are checking out at that time. So we are using web storage for this. Also, we are using CSS3 animations on this Rakuten Securities website. So as you can see, it looks like a Flash animation, but it's actually CSS animation, so it plays very nicely on tablet and smartphone devices. Also, we are using HTML5 forms validation. So we can perform local validation. The user knows whether he's doing the right things before sending the result of the form to the server. So we can reduce HTTP requests as well. We are also using geolocation on Rakuten Travel website. So you can tap in that button and you can get the list of nearby hotels directly from the website. Very useful feature. We are also using web forms on the Rakuten.com shopping mobile site. So we can use it for icons like this. And they show up very nicely on high PPI screens, normal screens, and we can also reuse them in different sizes and colors. So again, we can reduce HTTP requests. We are also using microdata. And this is a very important feature for SEO because we can give search engines information like this rating of a product, the price, and the users can check it out directly on search results before coming to the website. So, of course, they are more likely to click in this link before other sites, right? Because we've got this information displayed. On Rakuten Gateway web app, we are using web fonts, CSS animation, and web storage. So my colleague Mon here will give you more details about this service in a few minutes after I finish my presentation. So now my team activity, the HTML5 project team activity. Right? The HTML5 implementation guide, there's all these pages, it's a website in Confluence, which is the internal wiki we use in Rakuten. And its goal is to expand the use of HTML5 features in Rakuten. So it's got 18 chapters, and it's basically a manual that explains how to use HTML5 features in our websites. So for example, we can show everybody how to use different video codecs for different devices compatibility, how to implement drag and drop features, or how to implement CSS3 features, right? Like this. So how do we promote HTML5 in Rakuten? Well, we present it at Asakai, which is the company-wide meeting we hold every Tuesday morning. We also present it at CTO Summit, and of course we are also presenting at this technology conference right now. Also, we have the HTML5 acknowledge base, which is like a compendium of all the information we have about HTML5 in the company. It's got the implementation guide I explained before. It has the project team portfolio, use cases, resources, so everything you need to develop HTML5 websites is written in here. Also, we use internal social media to expand the activity of the team into the company. And also, we are carrying over entry form optimization promotion. So we are trying to implement local validation in all websites in Rakuten as well. So as you can see, HTML5 is the present and also the future of the internet. So I will support all Rakuten services to use HTML5 and push its boundaries even further in the future. So thank you very much for your attention, and as I mentioned before, we will now see how Rakuten Gateway web app was created. So please welcome my colleague here.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. Now I'm going to talk about Gateway web application development. I'd like to introduce myself. My name is Tomoko Monden. My nickname here is Mon. I'm only woman in this team. 頑張ってます And I started my career as a web designer, and I'm doing front-end development too. I joined Rakuten HTML5 project team in May of this year, and my first assignment was to create a web application that feels native. Before talking about development of web application process, I'd like to introduce existing Gateway application. Gateway is application that you can access to many of Rakuten services like Ichiba and Travel and Recipe. Now we have native Gateway application for Android and Windows 8 smartphones and tablets. Also, there is a mobile optimized website which is pre-installed to some of Android devices as a bookmark. If you have Android device, please check. You might have one. The purpose of this project was to renew the existing web page into web app that looks and feels like native application with HTML5 and other web technologies. The reason why we needed to create the web application, even if we already have native application, was based on our data. We have more users to Gateway website than Gateway native application. So the primary goal for this project is to lead more users to existing Gateway website. And cross-platform, web application works in various platforms and devices. And flexibility. Web apps are more flexible since they don't need to be listed on store. And web app update itself. Sorry. Next, I'm going to talk about web technology we use in this project. First of all, about design, we implemented flat UI design. Flat design is not only very simple and beautiful, but also its simplicity makes users to focus on the product image, which enhance their shopping experiences. Next, we used web fonts for icons. There are many advantages of using web fonts. For example, high performance, better accessibility, and it looks clear and sharp, and variety kinds of screens like normal and high DPI. The icon is basically a font, so you can control the color transparency and text shadow and size. One of the most difficult parts of developing was smooth interaction. We wanted to make it as smooth as possible, so we used a library called iScroll. Have anybody used iScroll before? Raise your hand, please. No one, thank you. And we use iScroll double structured inside and outside. Outside creates horizontal swipe move between pages, and inside creates vertical move. I show you demo. As you can see here, there is 4 pages, while one page showing the other page off campus. And it's very smooth. And when you swipe right and left, the menu above follows and change colors. Like this. Besides these web technologies, for effective development, we use Grunt to automate the tasks like SAS compile for CSS and script concat and agrify, and using Git for managing repositories. So please visit this link, and we welcome your comments and new ideas, anything. There is a form inside this application. Please try it later. The future of web app. We are very excited about the future of web app, which works in variety devices and platforms. Rakuten is always trying to provide good services, work in any environments and platforms for all the customers to enjoy Rakuten shopping experiences. That's the end of my presentation. Thank you. Next is Ryan's presentation, and he's going to talk about web storage.
Okay, thank you, Mon. She is HM5 Madonna in Rakuten. And good afternoon, everyone. I talk about web storage technique now, and before that, let me introduce myself. My name is Ryosuke Tsuji, and my Rakuten name is Brian. And I'm front-end engineer now, and my expertise is these languages. And if you are interested in me, please feel free to contact to this mail address or Twitter account. And as you can see, I'm a runner. This is Kyoto Marathon this year. And my created website are following pages. Kobogro, Rakuten Insurance, Rakuten Card, Rakuten Security, and other smartphone websites, and so on. And now I talk about HM5 Web Storage. I think many developers use this function because it's useful and it's supported by Internet Explorer 8. And please raise your hands if you have used this web storage function. Thank you. But it has a problem. We can't access web storage over cross-origin like this. In this case, protocol is different, so we can't access. And in this case, uses subdomain, so we can't access. And in this case, domain is different, so we can't access other web storage. You may think it's matter of course, but we often use subdomain in one service and have HTTP and HTTPS page in same domain. If you want to share data, you will use server like this. First, save data to server and get data from server in other websites. But it's painful because server-side program is required. So I created JavaScript Library to solve this problem. This is specification. I utilized iframe and HTML5 post message API. First, save data to iframe with post message API. And second, get data from iframe with post message API. Thus, we don't need server-side program and resource. As a result, we can share data only in client side like this. It's I think very useful. And Rakuten Solar uses this function. Next, I'll explain about practical source code of this function. First, post message to iframe case. And next is main website source code. First, create iframe DOM element and make iframe hidden. And set source of iframe and append to HTML. After that, set load event to iframe And we need to set timeout method because Internet Explorer 8 has different spec of post message API. And finally, we can use post message API like this. And we need to make data change to JSON, JSON.stringify, because IE8 only supports string data. And next, Iframes source code. First, set message event to window object and get data from event object. And check whether message event's origin is your main website or not. It's so important because if you don't do it, everyone can get your website's web storage data. So don't forget. And set data to web storage of iframe. And finally, return response data if you need. And next, get data from iframe case. Send post message part is almost same with save data case. And in addition to it, we need to set message event to window object and get data from event object and check origin and callback function. And next is iframe source code. Iframe source code is almost same with save data case. Changing methods to get item is only difference. It's so easy. And I created plugin as we can use it like native web storage. This is example. First, create this plugin instance, and we can use it like native web storage. Set item and get item and remove item is same method with native web storage. If you are interested in this plugin, please ask me later. And my part is all. And next presenter is Marty. He explained about this TechConf website structure. And if you have smartphone or laptop, please open TechConf website. And thank you.
So, good afternoon, everyone. こんにちは。どうもよろしくお願いします。How about this conference? Had fun? Enjoy? You? Yeah? So today I'd like to talk about inside of technology conference website. At first, I'd like to introduce myself quickly. So, nice to meet you. I'm Marty. It's my nickname in Rakuten. All Rakuten staff has her own nickname like me. So the reason why my nickname is Marty is I love the Back to the Future movie. Yeah. So I joined Rakuten 2013. I'm a web designer and also front-end engineer. So by the way, do you know who is he in the picture? Of course, he's real Emmett Brown. I met him and took a picture with him last year. Are you jealous? It's my favorite photograph. So let's move on to main topics. Ladies and gentlemen, have you seen the technology conference website? This website, of course, we create to publish the information about this event. This website has 5 pages: top page, speakers, timetable, access, and event report. In addition, we had one more goal in the project. So it's charging to use their latest web trend. It's not Back to the Future. Our challenges are responsive web design, interactive design, and HTML5 technologies. So let me introduce these our technologies and challenges. At first, about responsive web design. As you know, responsive web design is a web design approach to optimize the layout in different kinds of devices. This approach is becoming very popular since the last year. In this website, we set 2 breakpoints and 3 layout patterns for desktop, tablet, and smartphone devices. We use media query in the approach. However, we can write code in variety of ways. For example, write code exclusively like this, and overriding web style like this. But these ways are often complicated and unmanageable. So we tried SAS, which is meta language of CSS. SAS is an extension of CSS. You can use variable, nested rule, and make swing in SAS. It enables us to develop CSS efficiently and conveniently. This is an example of SAS code. The variables are defined each media section, and external files are also imported to each media section. And this is an external style file. As you can see, each screen size style is defined in one section. It's more readable compared with using lost CSS. And this is a CSS code converted from SAS code. We need to compile SAS to CSS, so don't forget it. And we also introduced SAS framework Compass. Do you know? Compass also provides a lot of useful functions like this. We can develop CSS more efficiently. We should also consider about image handling in the responsive web design. When using Bismarck images, we need to prepare for several images for high-resolution displays such as retina displays. SVG is a vector format graphics. Vector graphics are shown beautifully in any displays. This time, we create most of icons by SVG. By using SVG, we could reduce image data weight compared with bitmap images. SVG has a lot of merits. However, we cannot use it in all the browsers. So we need to display an alternate image when the browser does not support SVG. We solved this issue by using Modernizer. It can detect browsers' HTML5 and CSS3 features. This is example code. Modernizer adds class to HTML tags depending on the browser features like this. If the browser does not support SVG, no SVG class is added to HTML tag, so we can easily show alternative image using the classes. Next, I'd like to introduce some interactive effects used in website. So this is the effect of opening message. The contents read out while moving other objects away. The effect is made with CSS3 transition. We create an intuitive photo gallery to introduce the last year's event. These effects are made with JavaScript and CSS3 transform. Is it cool? So next, please look at this carefully. The background is slightly changing by mouse movement. This is made using Canvas. That is one of the HTML5 features. So we chose Create.js, which is one of the used canvas library for creating this content. This is an example code that draws a simple rectangle using Create.js. It's very easy to understand. Only a few code. So besides Canvas, we also use web storage. We implement notification features using web storage. We also use web storage in the timetable. Users can bookmark the session like this, and this pretime function allows to narrow the sessions like this. And we designed the layout for smart devices as well. This page was most challenging content for us in this project. So its conclusion, I introduced about our activities in the technology conference website. We enjoyed this project, and we think we'd like to try new challenges again in this project next year. Rakuten will make use of the cutting edge of technologies actively to create more attractive content in the future. There are a lot of opportunities to change new things as an engineer in Rakuten. So let's work together here if you are interested in. Thank you for your attention. So next, please let me welcome back our super manager Oga. So he is going to talk about the development flow and tools we use for technology conference website. Please, Oga.
Thank you, Mati. Okay. Next, I would like to explain the tools and development flow of the conference site. We utilize many technologies not only for the contents but also development flow in order to improve our productivity. Let me introduce the tools and development flow. So there are three requirements for this site. Frequent update. Information of the speakers, sessions, and timetable will update frequently until today. And so SEO friendly. We could not generate contents dynamically by using JavaScript to be SEO friendly. And without server-side script, so we could not use server-side script and so kind of CMS. So due to the reasons, so we decided to generate static HTML files from data and templates. So this shows the development flow and the tools we used to generate static HTML files from the templates and information data. We used _JS as a template engine. Our template engine generates HTML from data and templates. This is an example of how to generate the HTML. This is JSON data including speakers information. So we received it from the conference staff. So this is a template file which defines the HTML of the pages. Image, name, title, variables. So the template engine assigns the data to variables in the templates. Then HTML files is generated like this. In order to execute _JS to generate HTML, so we used Phantom.js. So Phantom.js is a headless WebKit browser engine. You can run the browser engine from the command line, and you can control by JavaScript. So it is generally used for website testing, screen capturing, and page automation, and so on. It's difficult to explain how PhantomJS works, but let me try it. This is an example of the command. So you can call PhantomJS to execute the control script like this. Control script loads the template and data. Then execute _JS to merge templates and data. Finally, it generates HTML5 file. So using this mechanism, we can update the information in several pages at the same time without editing HTML directly. And contents are SEO friendly because text is included in the HTML files. So we also use SAS processor, as mentioned, Martin mentioned, like CSS efficiently. And we also use Grant. Grant is so these processes run automatically by Grant. So our team and technology conference staff exchanged files such as JSON file and generated HTML files by using Stash, which is a Git repository like GitHub. As a result, we could meet these requirements. And we could develop efficiently with front-end technologies. That concludes my part. Thank you for listening. Today, we explained our HTML5 activities. As we explained, we could accumulate a lot of knowledge through these past activities. And we should also expand the knowledge to all Rakuten services around the world, such as rich user experience, high performance, productivity, and so on. Expanding HTML5 benefits to all Rakuten services is our next challenge for the future. To do so, we should not only be a creator, but we should be also engineer more. So because, as you know, front-end technology is evolving every day. So we can't create attractive contents efficiently without various engineering skills. So we just started new activity with an engineering approach. So we have created many contents independently, but it was not productive. So we will develop a kind of framework like Twitter Bootstrap to focus on the feature part and not write same code every time. And we would like to prepare tools like HTML5 boilerplate and initializer, which is a famous template generator, to improve our productivity. And we should prepare the development environment to execute, build, test, deploy automatically. And we should also consider our development processes to maximize our performance. As you can see, we should cover various areas, and there are so many technologies to use. We will try to develop front-end engineering environment to improve our productivity. This is also a big challenge for us. To achieve this activity, we need to be a team of people with a variety engineering skills. So we seek for front-end engineers. Please talk to us after the session or at Beer Bash if you are interested in us. Let's work together. That's all from HTML5 project team. Thank you for listening.
Thank you very much, Rakuten HTML5 project team. We would like to start a Q&A session?
Yes.
Okay. And please raise your hand if you have any questions.
How long did it take to finish it?
Take our site
Yes.
from July. From July, 3 people.
Including design and developing, about three months.
So we have so many tasks, other tasks. So not only 100%. So other we work for not only technical side, but we have other tasks. But 3 months with 3 people. Thank you.
Are you also promoting HTML5 to the individual shop owners?
Shop merchant. So currently we don't have a plan to promote HTML5, but so we should consider that to improve our user experience.
Earlier you showed that you were using web fonts to make icons. Why did you use SVG on the conference site instead of web font?
So it should have some colors. So web font, in case of web font, so we can the color one color, only one color, but the SVG, so we can add some colors in one SVG file.
Do you prepare a kind of regression test set for developing JavaScript?
Test?
Yeah. I heard about the Phantom.js you used, and do you have kind of test sets?
Test sets.
For checking the regression problems?
We don't test it. Not using unit test framework, but only 普通にテストしました。はい。そのテストじゃなくて。
その通りです。リグレッション怖いなと思って JS を自動テストできるようにしてないかな。はい。
そこまでははいすみませんすみませんというかはいまだwe will try it testing using testing framework. Thank you. はい。Yeah, we don't use server side. Yeah, but yes, completely static file. So we don't use server side technologies. Yeah, I know. So it's a little bit complicated mechanism, but we are HTML5 project team, so we don't use server side technology. Yeah.
So maybe you may have any questions, but we would like to end this session. So if you have any questions, please ask HTML5 team after this session. Thank you very much.